It all started with one van and a tiny team. Now, Streetside Medics has grown to a fleet of 5 and hundreds of volunteers. But Dr. Daniel Noor wants to help more people. So he's taking his van on a big road trip to a place its services are needed most.
Steve, really it just goes to show the state that Australia's in. We're in a crisis state with homelessness.
It's a pandemic, according to founder of Mobile Homeless Medical Service, Streetside Medics, Dr. Daniel Noor.
The number of people accessing homelessness services has gone through the roof, and the numbers are increasing at a rate that they haven't before.
So Dr. Noor's hitting the road, expanding the Streetside Medics mobile service from Sydney to Melbourne.
We see so many people in Australia who are vulnerable, who are suffering in silence because our healthcare system, which is phenomenal, is simply inaccessible for far too many. Looks like venous disease.
Dr. Noor founded Streetside Medics in inner Sydney when he was just 24 years old. Back then, he had one van and a handful of volunteers.
They want to see you again in a couple of weeks. Will he come back?
That's right, next week, yes. I'll be back here.
You'll be back, will you?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Streetside Medics has a fleet of 5 vehicles and 300 active volunteers helping the homeless. The doctor's efforts earned him a New South Wales Young Australian of the Year gong in 2022. Since then, Claire O'Neill has recently been sworn in as the Federal Minister for Homelessness. But Dr. Noor believes we also need a Commissioner for Homelessness to coordinate like-minded organisations and investigate why people remain homeless.
And that is why I truly believe a Homelessness Commissioner is essential to really be able to put downward pressure on the increasing rates of people experiencing homelessness and truly transform the paradigm of healthcare and homelessness for the Australian people suffering.
The Streetside Medics van is a welcome sight in Melbourne. Recent Australian Institute of Health and Welfare figures show Victoria has 30% more people asking for help from homelessness than any other state.
Daniel, how are you? So nice to meet you.
Salvation Army's Brendan Nottle was on hand today to greet Dr. Daniel Noor and Streetside Medics.
It's fantastic having Streetside Medics here because we see over 500 people a day come through our centre here at the Salvation Army, and they're some of the most vulnerable people in the community, and they don't only come here hungry, they come here with really significant needs, particularly health needs.
And do you support Daniel Noor's call for a Commissioner for Homelessness?
Homelessness is an issue which is on the rise, there's no question about that, and so anything that's going to coordinate services and make sure that the most vulnerable receive the support that they not only need but absolutely deserve is something that we would support.
The arrival of Streetside Medics here in Melbourne is a significant step, but Dr. Noor says this journey doesn't end here.
Our goal is to make sure that Streetside Medics is available for anyone who's experiencing homelessness across Australia, and that won't stop with Melbourne. Adelaide, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Northern Rivers, Western Australia, wherever we're needed, our goal is to be there.